In the original story, time defeated Voldemort. When his first reign of terror collapsed, his followers scattered, leaving the Ministry of Magic outside his grip. But imagine a different starting point. Long before his attack on the Potters, Voldemort successfully infiltrates the Ministry. Key departments are filled with loyalists. The Minister for Magic is a puppet, Aurors answer to Death Eaters, and the press is strictly censored. To the average witch or wizard on the street, everything looks normal. Behind the scenes, Voldemort already rules the entire wizarding world. Then comes the fateful night the killing curse rebounds at Godric's Hollow, and the Dark Lord vanishes without a trace. The corrupted ministry immediately implements a new protocol. Officials suppress reports and silence witnesses to ensure the public believes their leader is still in command. The government now recognizes that an infant somehow defeated their leader. This makes the surviving baby a permanent target. Rather than growing up in hidden obscurity, Harry is watched by ministry agents from childhood. Every strange incident and accidental burst of magic is documented and filed by the state. By the time he receives his Hogwarts letter, Harry enters the magical world as a heavily monitored enemy of the state. Harry arrives at a broken Hogwarts. Dumbledore faces a government disguised as a legitimate authority, and his influence shrinks year after year. Educational policies are rewritten. Young witches and wizards are taught that the First Wizarding War was a misunderstanding, Death Eaters are patriots, and Voldemort is a myth. Slytherin House acts as a direct pipeline to the ministry, with students from loyalist families wielding influence over their peers and professors alike. Students learn to stop questioning authority. The institution uses state-approved narratives to normalize fear and silence anyone who steps out of line. Constant surveillance often has the opposite effect. The ministry's scrutiny only drives Harry to investigate forbidden books and the hushed conversations of his teachers. He eventually uncovers the secret behind the government's budget. Officials are using hidden vaults and state funds to engineer Voldemort's return. With an entire government protecting his Horcruxes, finding a new body is simple. Voldemort returns earlier than in the original timeline, meeting no political resistance. The state machinery immediately mobilizes. Aurors hunt down dissenters, while the Daily Prophet serves as a state mouthpiece, branding any opposition as extremist. The illusion of normalcy shatters, leaving the wizarding world under an open magical dictatorship. Dumbledore realizes that institutional pushback is impossible. You cannot rely on a government that belongs to the enemy. The resistance abandons its old structure. They form a scattered network of independent, secret cells that operate across Britain. These groups rely on hidden safe houses and encrypted magical communication to stay one step ahead of the ministry. The rebellion adapts to a landscape where every official lever of power is hostile to their existence. In this society, Harry is an illegal symbol of hope, a living contradiction to the state's official history. Yet despite Voldemort's control over the ministry, his greatest weakness remains his obsession with Harry. The ministry's hyper-focus on a symbol boy draws public attention. Their efforts to suppress the truth make citizens curious, exposing the cracks in their propaganda. Ordinary teachers, students, and families eventually reach a breaking point. They decide they're more afraid of living under Voldemort than fighting him. Power built on fear is unstable, inevitably breeding a coordinated opposition that waits for a single catalyst to ignite. Even as a dictator, Voldemort still underestimates the one force he never truly understood. People willing to sacrifice themselves for others. That blind spot remains. But in this timeline, the battle isn't just for a school. It's for the soul of the entire wizarding society. Institutional corruption can control the law, but it cannot permanently extinguish the will to resist. If you enjoyed exploring this darker Harry Potter alternate timeline, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more what-if scenarios from the wizarding world. And if you could change one event in Harry Potter history, what would it be? Let us know in the comments, because your idea might become our next alternate timeline.